Japan is famous for baseball, but today they scare the absolute best soccer teams on earth. Let me give you a surprising example. Japan recently played the famous Netherlands team. The Dutch players are some of the biggest and strongest in the world. In this game, Japan was losing by 2 goals. Most teams give up at that point. Japan did not. They fought back hard. They tied the game 2-2. The huge crowd of Dutch fans went completely quiet. The Japanese fans went wild. This matters right now. The 2026 World Cup is starting soon. Japan is ready.
So, here is our central question for this explainer. How did a country famous for hitting baseballs learn to scare the best soccer players alive? We will look closely at exactly how they did this.
Here is the short answer. Japan is a real threat to win the World Cup. They do this with 3 things. They use fast tactics, they have deep roots, and they built a smart system. Let us look at each one.
Point 1. Water tactics. Think about how teams set up on the grass. The Netherlands uses an old, stiff shape. We call it a 4-3-3. Their players stay in imaginary boxes. They do not leave those boxes. Now look at Japan. Japan starts with 3 defenders, but they move very fast. One player drops back, 5 or 6 players run forward at the exact same time. Suddenly, Japan forms a completely new shape. This works exactly like water. Water does not have a stiff shape. If it hits a wall, it finds the empty spaces. Then it breaks through the holes. A direct quote from our sources says, "One of the most fascinating things about this Japan side is just how fluid their attacking shape can be. Fluid means it moves like a river. Players move together in a tight group near the ball. If one player runs forward, another player immediately drops back. They run to cover the empty grass. They never stay in one spot. This totally confuses the other team. The stiff defenders simply do not know who to watch." Japanese players also drop deep to build fast attacks. A central player runs very close to his own goal. He gets the ball where there is no pressure. This works like a large fishing net. Think about how you pull a heavy net back slowly. You gather your strength, you wait. Then you throw the net forward very fast to catch the fish. Japan pulls the other team forward toward them. Then they throw their fast players into the open space behind the defenders. It is a brilliant trap. It is very hard to stop. Point 2. Deep roots. Building a winning team works like planting a tree. You do not get apples on the first day. You have to wait. In 1993, Japan started their own professional games. They called it the J-League. That is when they planted the seed. By 1998, the tree grew a little bit. They went to their first World Cup. Now look at them today. The tree is huge. They are beating top teams like Germany and Spain. They planted that seed 30 years ago. They watered it every single year. Japan planned for many years to grow strong players. Step 1 was building a local league. This gave players a place to play hard games every weekend. Step 2 was teaching young children in special schools. We call these academies. They taught young boys and girls how to pass and run perfectly. Step 3 was the final test. They sent their absolute best players to Europe. They did not rush this process. They built a strong base first. It is a very smart system. Now, that tree has fruit. Stars like Kubo and Mitoma play in the top European leagues. Kubo plays in Spain. Mitoma plays in England. Every single week, they step on the grass against huge, fast defenders. They learn to fight in the cold and the rain. They learn exactly how to win. Then they bring this strong mind back to the national team. They look at famous teams. They do not feel fear anymore. They know they can win.
Point 3. Global passports.
Now we look at how soccer connects the world. Soccer is not just a game. It is a powerful tool for countries. Look at the different ways countries build their power. China uses big money. Saudi Arabia uses big money. But Japan is different. Japan builds a long system from the ground up. Money alone cannot buy a winning team. China tried this. They spent a massive amount of money on their teams. They bought famous players from other countries. They wanted to win fast. But they failed. The business companies paying the money lost their wealth. The money stopped completely. Many soccer clubs had to close their doors forever. The big stadiums sit empty today. China tried to buy the fruit without planting the tree. It simply did not work. Some countries use soccer for a different reason. We call this sportswashing. This means using sports to clean a bad public image. Saudi Arabia spends billions of dollars to host giant games. They want to change how people around the world see them.
When people look at their country, they want them to see bright lights and famous athletes. They do not want people to think about politics or bad news. This is a very fast strategy using money. Japan uses a completely different path. A strong, exciting soccer team helps a country make friends. It helps them do business everywhere. Soccer works exactly like a global passport. When Japan plays beautiful, fair soccer, the whole world watches. People in other countries smile. They respect Japan. This respect opens heavy doors. It helps Japan in business meetings and in global politics. They do not buy this respect. They earn it slowly on the grass.
The final answer. We return to our main question. How did Japan become the most dangerous team today? I will answer it directly right now. They used time. They used a strong system, and they used fast players. They never tried to take easy shortcuts.
Here are the main points to remember. 1. Deep roots. 2. Smart tactics. 3. A strong system. They built those deep roots over 30 long years. They use smart, flowing tactics like water to confuse stiff teams. I firmly believe Japan can win the World Cup. I believe this because they beat giant teams with pure, hard skill. They do not win because they are lucky. They win because they are genuinely good.
Japan is not a surprise anymore. The baseball country is now a true soccer power. They changed their own history with patience and hard work. The whole world is watching them now. So will you be watching when they take the field next? Thank you for joining me on this explainer. See you next time.